always love feedback, so leave a comment. Now, back to your regular scheduled program.
Henry breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Titans! Touchdown, Titans! He is the baddest man in the NFL!
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back, man. It's Titans time. This is the segment where me, the lifelong Titans fan, goes over some of the week-to-week things that the Titans are going through, especially right now during this playoff rush. I'm so excited. Man, we finally get another game. Don't get to play a game and see what we are actually capable of doing. It's gotta be a Super Bowl team, especially with all the adversity that we've faced. And to have like the number one seed and a week off, get Derrick Henry back. He looked good in practice. It's amazing time for Titans fans. So shout out to the rest of my Titans fans. Tighten up right now. Man, we got the number 4 Bengals coming off their win against the Las Vegas Raiders coming up. Man, we played them last year, and I think we definitely got some get back to get. I mean, new defense, who this, right? They were able to march up and down the field, especially on third downs last year against us. But we had we had the worst third down defense in the history of the NFL since they've been tracking the stat. I think that we're definitely going to come with different smoke this year. Got to. We have to. We've gone through so much to get to this point, and to see them coming into our house, man, we got to show out. Especially want to give a big up to all the Titans fans that's going to be at the game, man. Please be loud. Please be as crazy as you can be, especially when Joe Burrow is trying to make his calls, man. Because we definitely got more. We got to show out for a home team, but we also got to shut some people up about how our fandom is. I mean, there's so many really good Titan shows out here on YouTube that show how deeply entrenched Titans fandom is across the country. Man, there's just Titans fans and collectives in California. There's a huge swatch of fans here in Nashville. I mean, I've talked to fans in London. I've talked to fans in Canada. Shout out TD Barrett. Man, Clay Thompson's a fan. We got our fandom runs so deep because of our style of play and how long we've been doing it. Don't tell nobody. But Dawson Knox, who's the starting tight end for the Bills, grew up in Nashville. He grew up a lifelong Titans fan himself. I mean, we have a great fan base, not just including because I'm in it myself, but when I go to games and when I see the amount of support that the team gets, man, it's uncanny. I'm glad to be a part of it myself. I want to jump right into some key matchups for this game, and I think that we definitely need to watch out for. On defense, we definitely need to watch out for how our defensive line going up against their offensive line. I'm sorry. I just feel like the pass rush and our running game from just using 4 people has to be on point in this game. We have to be able to stop Joe Mixon in that running game and make them one-dimensional. Once we do, we can pin the ears back with Bud Dupree and Harold Landry, Big Jeff, our really good defensive tackles, Naquan Jones and Tier Tart, and we can just come after you with 4 guys. And I don't think that their offensive line is capable of stopping our front 4, no matter how many times or how many stunts that they try to pull. They try to pull stunts on us. So, I mean, that's definitely the first one I wanted to make sure on defense that we watch out for. Because if they're able to get some push and Joe Mixon's able to get some yards and and have some success in the running game, they're able to do a lot more on offense, which we do not want them to get comfortable. Next, I definitely want to talk about is our middle linebackers and safeties versus the tight end. I think that CJ Uzama is a really good tight end. He's really underrated, but we're definitely going to have all eyes on those wide receivers. And if we're not able to slow down the tight end, I think that they're going to be able to extend drives. They're going to be able to have some big plays that they're going to draw up in the middle of the field, trying to keep us in the Tampa 2 type look. So if we're able to lock down on that tight end, I think that we're going to have some really good success, especially if we can stop the running game as well. Next, I will definitely want to talk about is Kevin Byard and David Long versus Joe Burrow himself. Like, those two are our captains on defense, I feel like, minus Big Jeff, minus Harold Landry. But just in the back end, in the coverage schemes and things, those are the guys who are like dog 1 and dog 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are top dogs on our teams. And those are the ones that are going to be watching his eyes the most to make plays. Like, if we can get him to, you know what I'm saying, to telegraph a couple of things and make a couple plays, especially with those two and the high level that they can play at, like, this is going to be a long day for Cincinnati. All right, on offense, I definitely wanted to talk about the matchup of our offensive line versus their D-line. They've had a lot of injuries up front. Larry Ogunjobi will not play in this game. He was on IR for the rest of the season after being carted off last game. Mike Daniels, another defensive tackle, is also banged up with a groin injury. He didn't play after the first drive last week. So look for him to be limited in what he can do in that game. But then also Trey Hendricks, who's their best pass rusher, is also like coming back off concussion protocols, and that was a big hit that he took last week. I mean, it's a lot to ask for again to get somebody back in a week from a concussion. If you ever had one, you know that it lingers. It definitely lingers. So you never know what you're gonna get out of their defensive line, but our offensive line has to get push up front. If we can win up front all game, like, it's gonna be a long day. We're gonna play Titans football, and that's where it all starts from there. If we can get those guys up front to get a good push and win and create holes for Derek and for Foreman and Hilliard, we're gonna have like it's gonna have like ultimate success going out. Our offense is gonna look as good as it can ever be, but it all starts again up front. Next, we definitely have to have some wins from AJ and Julio against their DBs. I feel like Cincinnati has to sell out on a run, so there are going to be too many one-on-one opportunities for AJ and Julio. And I'll wait if you want to name me a cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals that can stop Julio or AJ. Yeah, I don't think there's one. So if they can win those coverages, like, it's again, they're just going to open up more in the running game. We can control the clock. We can keep ourselves in first down, like keep ourselves out of first downs. I mean, out of like bad third downs, and just run over them. Then the last matchup that I want to definitely talk about is Tannehill versus himself. Like, he definitely needs to make sure that he's not his own way, that he can make sure that he's calling out protections correctly before the snap, make sure that he's seeing underneath coverages, because that could be the difference in this game. A couple of turnovers could swing momentum out of our favor or in our favor if we're able to get them inversely. So giving up penalties and turnovers is going to be a key for us in this game. I think that Tannehill is going to be at the helm for this one. If he's able to call a great game, like coverage-wise, protection-wise, then we're going to have some serious success in this one. All right. Some keys in this game that we definitely want to look at in this one is we have to stop the deep passes, man. We definitely cannot give up big plays to this offense. There's no way that we can recover from like quick drives from the Bengals, because even though we do have Julio, AJ, who have and Derek, who have those big big play potentials. You don't want to rely on that all game because our defense has had some laps now. You definitely want to make sure that we're keeping them one-dimensional as well. But if we can stop the run and just focus on the pass, we can definitely keep our pass rushers loose and aggressive coming after him. They come after Joe Burrow, who's definitely taking the most sacks all season behind that offensive line. And the pressure has to be able to be there. But if they're able to run the ball, they're going to slow down our pass rush some. And you never want to have multiple things you're looking at in the play. Just go after him if you can. Stop the run when we need to stop the run. All right, last one that we definitely want to talk about is our discipline. We definitely got to play with discipline in this one. I feel like the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have some really bad penalties. They're going to give up some drives and give up some ground to us. We cannot give it back. We cannot have some laps in defenses that give up big plays. We cannot have turnovers on offense like fumbles and just missed routes that lead to turnovers, interceptions. It's got to be a clean game from us. We have to play with discipline. We had 2 weeks to practice and get ready for this, so definitely show up. I got 3 predictions that I think that are going to be huge for this game. I think they're going to come through. I definitely believe that the Titans are going to run for more than 200 yards in this game. For us to have success and to control the clock and control the game the way we want to, it's going to have to happen. We're going to have to continue to have to run the ball 30, 40 times in this one. Look for them to definitely attempt that. Get the game going, get the game off early with a bunch of run, a lot of heavy sets that we can see, because we want to keep them in their base defenses. So I think that we're going to definitely come out in some heavy formations, and we're going to run it right down their throat and see what they got. Next, I definitely think that the big 3, that's Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, and A.J. Brown, are all going to have touchdowns in this game. Like, I just don't see who can stop Derrick Henry after having that much layoff and that much rest, fresh legs at the 1 yard line or within the 5 yard line, to be honest with you. Nobody can stop him within the 5 yard line, and I think that that's an easy call for a touchdown for Derrick. I think that AJ and Julio are going to definitely win those one-on-one matchups. So I definitely think that they're going to both get in the end zone at some point. It's going to be amazing to see. My final prediction for the game is I got the Titans winning this one 24-20. I really think that it's going to be a really good game. I think Cincinnati is going to have like a chance to keep it as close as they can, but I just don't see how Tennessee is going to let up once they hit them in the mouth. Come on, Titans. Titans fan again. I need y'all to tighten up as hard as you can. I'm so excited for this game. Let's get to it. We got one and we're in the AFC Championship game. Don't look over the Bengals. They are a really good team. Again, I can't wait to see it. All right, guys. When I come back, we're going to go right into Vegas, baby. Stay tuned.
Brought to you by the Chism Channel and TCC Productions.